and it's time for Learning Lockdown
Guten
Science.
Tag!
And as you can clearly see, we've got rid of Mr. A because he doesn't know a thing about science,
No.
as you'll know if you come to our school. And we've replaced him with
Professor Wittenwavi.
Professor Wittenwavi. Or is it Dr. Wittenwavi where you're up to with the qualifications?
I don't know. I just keep signing myself into the universities over lockdown and no one seems to argue. No one else is there.
Fair enough.
I've replaced all the pictures of professors at the University of Liverpool with a picture of my face.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, you're here because you love science. And we love science. And we're going to do a brand new topic now. And it's all about the Force.
Yeah. So if you like watching Star Wars, your task today is to go and watch all 9 Star Warses. Yeah.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, okay. So what are we doing
It's
then?
very specifically told to actually do some learning. So, forces. Now, forces are all around us each and every day. But we want you today just to think about the very simple concept of what a force is. Now, do you know what a force is, Mr. S?
No, please tell me.
It is when 2 objects come into contact with each other and you might have a push or a pull force. Now, people always think, well, does it always have to be 2 objects? Isn't something called air resistance a force? Where a plane is going through the air, how is that 2 objects? Well, air is a thing, air is an object. So you have the air and the plane, they are coming together, you have a push or a pull, we will tell you later, and you've got a force there. So we want you to think about today the forces that are going on around you between 2 objects, and particularly whether they are a push or a pull force.
I mean, it's funny you should mention that because, you know, you and I, you know, we're two objects, and I can feel something pulling me towards you.
No, I don't get it. I don't know what you're on about. You see, the objects have to be in contact with each other sometimes, but there are non-contact forces, and we'll come on to them later. But we are not a non-contact force. We're just looking at contact forces today. So when 2 objects are connected together and you get this pull or push force. So we are going to have a look at some things around this studio and whether they are a push or a pull force. Let's start with this. What is it, Mr. S?
That is a roll of sellotape.
It's a roll of sellotape. Now, I need to move the sellotape to get a little bit off. So I am going to push down with my fingers to grip onto the sellotape, and then I'm going to pull the sellotape, there's a force, to get it to go longer. Then I'm going to push down, and voila, it is cut on the serrated metal. So I used a number of different forces there in order to move my sellotape along and cut it down. There's some forces. Here's another one. Imagine that I wasn't sat down yet. And my chair is just here. Well, I would need to I would need to pull the object in this direction so that I would be able to walk around and sit down. So around us each and every day there are many different push and pull forces. We could have a look at some of these pictures now. Here we've got someone pushing their lawnmower in that direction. Here we've got someone pulling the bow and arrow, and you can see they are pulling in that direction, and hopefully the arrow will be pushed in the opposite direction. Here we have something very simple. Someone is going up to an elevator and they are pushing the button so that the elevator will arrive. Loads of forces around us each and every single day.
Wow, I didn't realise there was that many.
Oh, there's more than you think, and we're going to keep learning about these in future weeks.
Very good. So, you've told us all about forces. You've told us about the forces
Yeah.
around us. So what do we do now?
Well, your task is very simple. In the description down below on this video, there is a sheet asking you to identify the push or pull forces of certain tasks around your house, and also the challenge of which direction you are pushing or pulling in those tasks.
Very good. Now, how could they send to us what they've done?
Well, what you could simply do is go onto your computer and push on the keys that I did there, I used a force. Push on the keys and type in learninglockdown@gmail.com or @learninglockdown on Twitter, and you can send your work by a video or photo or just some of your sheets to Learning Lockdown to be featured on next week's Science Force slot.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Professor or Dr. Wittenwavi. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'm probably going to go off to the University of Oxford, where I'm going to give myself a degree in everything.
Oh, very good. Well,
Yes.
good luck with that.
I will
And we'll
try.
see you and him
And you.
next time.
Goodbye.